Hello everyone. Hello, welcome to the 16x AI coding stream. Welcome everyone to the stream. This is the 16x AI coding stream that we do every Saturday, where we test out AI coding tools and new models, see how they work on real-world projects. And today I'm very excited to test out Cline or Cline. Not sure how to pronounce it, but it's a tool that a lot of people use, and I haven't tried it out, believe it or not. So I've used Cursor, Cloud, and last week I checked out Code, which is a fork of Cline. So this week I'm gonna try Cline. I'm just gonna pronounce it as Cline, and if my pronunciation is wrong, somebody please correct me in the comments. And in terms of the model, we will try out Qwen3 Coder and Sonic. So yeah, that's the plan for today. And let's do the introduction of Cline and the models. So for those people who don't know what Cline is, if you go to Open Router, which is a popular place to get models, and you scroll all the way down, you can see the top apps. And if you check out this week, you can see that Cline is actually the top model in terms of token consumption. Last week it was Code, but this week looks like Cline took over again. This is quite interesting, and so I believe this is quite popular among certain people. It was pretty it's been out for like a year or so, I think. And if you look at the top models used by Cline, the top one is Sonnet 4. The second top one is actually Qwen3 Coder. So, and it's ahead of Gemini by quite a lot of tokens. So that means Qwen3 Coder should be a decent model for this. I think it's similar for Code. If you look at Code, you can see Qwen3 Coder is also the second. So I think Qwen3 Coder works really well for these VS Code extensions like Cline or Code or Root Code. So today we're gonna be trying it out. And the second model we want to try out is actually Sonic. So this model was released this week, and it's released to some of the top AI coding tools like Cursor and Cline, I believe. And I've heard rumors that it's from a group, I mean XAI, and it's a group model specifically for coding, but I'm not too sure, so let's test it out today. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be quite good, and it's free, so let's just give it a try. So yeah, so that's the introduction for Cline Qwen3 Coder and the Sonic model, and I think we'll test out all these new things we want to do on both models to see which one does better. For the first project that we're gonna work on, it's still gonna be our old YouTube thumbnail generator app. So this is the YouTube thumbnail generator app. I think I forgot to show the previous screen, so let me just briefly go back to show that. You can see here Cline is the top app for Open Router, and if we look at the top leaderboard for Cline, you can see here Sonnet is the top one, and then the second one is Qwen3 Coder. there is a release announcement for this new stealth model Sonic, which we'll be testing out. So that's the introduction. Let's see the first app. So for the first project, we'll be still working on this YouTube thumbnail generator. So you can see it has been growing in number of features. We can add tags to it. Can change colors of the tags and kind of make it bigger. We can rotate the tags. We can do all sorts of things. And then we also added some shapes and backgrounds and all that, which are all pretty cool. So this one is a useful app that we built on the stream from the past few streams. And today we'll be adding some new features to this project to see how well this new model and tools work. And the first feature we're gonna add is to improve the person segmentation feature. So you can see here there's a face of me. So this one was extracted directly inside the app. So let me just show a demo of how it works. So if I add an image and I select like an image, for example this one, you can see this one has the background, but I can actually press a button to extract the person, and then we can get the person without the background, right? Let me delete all these. And now you can see there's a person that is extracted out. So this is basically the segmentation, person segmentation feature. But there's some problem with this, right? You can see here the border is not really very clear. It's quite weird looking. It's not very precise. So let me add back this image, and I think it's the same for this image as well. So it doesn't actually remove like all the background. Like there will be some white area around it. So I'm gonna try to improve this feature so that it looks better and works better. So that's the goal for the first feature. Let's try this out. So I've already installed Cline, and for this first task, let's try the Qwen3 Coder. Unfortunately, I don't think Cline supports like specifying which provider exactly, so it has these sorting options, but you can't specify exactly which provider. So let's just go with the default. And let's think of the prompt to do this one. So I think for the prompt, I'll just say something very simple, right? Improve person segmentation feature for images to make it handle edges better. Handle more precise and less background, so something like that. I don't know if this prompt is good enough, but let's try this out and see how it works. Let me try to find where the segmentation feature is. Let me just do a quick search. It's in the main. Yeah, it's in the main, and it's somewhere here. So I'll just point it to this file. How do I add the context? Let's see. I guess it can't really know which file is open, right? Maybe not. So let's just make sure it has this context. Then I'm just gonna paste the prompt in. So there's a plan and the act mode. So let's try out the plan mode first. Alright, so I also have the stream kind of plan here. So as we move along, we can update this to show that we're working on feature 1. So now the stream should update and show they're working on this feature. Let's go back to the clean. You can see here it's read some files, and it's proposing some improvements, right? Increase resolution, adjust threshold, add edge smoothing, background cleanup, optional enhancements. Yeah, I think looks pretty good. How do I approve? I think it should be good. I don't know, I don't actually know how to use it. Oh, okay, so I just have to press act. Okay, interesting. That's interesting. So this UX is like after you're done planning, then you switch to act mode. I think in Kilo Code it's automatic, but in Cline you have to kind of press a button, which is interesting. Oh, it's actually really fast. It's editing files in a very fast speed. I don't think I've seen somebody editing files. Oh, this is actually streaming the file edits in real time, I believe. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've seen a tool that streams file edits in real time. This is some very clever file editing techniques. I don't know what's happening though. Like, is it stuck or is it trying to do something? I'm not too sure. There's no like progress bar or something to show the progress. A little bit confused. Oh, okay, so it doesn't auto approve. I see. It doesn't auto approve, so let me enable the notification and allows editing files. I guess I'll just press edit here. Save. Okay. Interesting. So definitely a different user experience from Cursor or Cloud Code that takes a little bit getting used to. These blocks are also quite interesting. I would say definitely the UX is not as polished as Cursor or not as intuitive as Cloud Code. It seems to be like very fast. It's like much faster than I would expect, and it's already done. Let's check out what he has done. So this is the let me quickly just export this so that I have a copy of what's happening here. I think if I press this now, it's still the old one. It's still the old one. So we can compare like two versions, right? So this is what we got on from the new old one. Let's try to run this again on the old new model. Doesn't look like it's better. In fact, it's like slightly worse. I think it's like slightly worse. Let me just get rid of all this unnecessary stuff. it crop out the yeah, it's not necessarily better, right? It crop out the clothes. I guess it's a little bit too similar to the background. That's right, that's the reason. And there's still like some white areas on the person, right? So I guess this didn't really do very well. So let's try to give it a feedback. The crop is still not very precise, and the clothes got masked away. Yeah, so let's give it some feedback and see how well it handles the feedback. I mean, this task is, I think it's quite tricky because I would have expected it to try something completely different, right? So like a switch to a new library or update version or something. So it's just trying to tune the parameters, which I don't know if is the best way to do it. Oh, it's actually streaming the edits in real time, which is quite fun to look at, I guess. I think this is the first time I've seen some tool that streams file edits in real time, and then your screen is kind of moving as it edits the file, which is very nice if you want to review what's happening. So let's watch this again. So the background becomes yellow, and then now it starts to make file edits, and then you can see the screen is like automatically scrolling. I'm not scrolling, it's automatically scrolling, and then you can see these are the lines that didn't change, and some of the lines got changed, which is pretty interesting user experience. I think this is so far the best user experience for file edits. If you want to watch it, it's better than Claude Code, better than Cursor, better than Code, yeah. And I like that if the task is completed, the tags are green, so you can kind of know it's completed. And there's a button to see changes. Oh, okay. So this just opens all the diff, which is hello, welcome. Thank you for coming and supporting. Let's see. So now it's dropped the, I think, let's see what they changed. It just dropped the threshold and added more neighbors, I guess. I don't know if that will fix the problem, so let's try again. It still doesn't fix the problem, right? I guess it's like slightly better, but not that better. Yeah, it's not that better. There's still some edge. So I guess let's try a second prompt, right? So this prompt is not very effective. So maybe we need to switch the method completely to get a better result. So let's say let's try a different prompt, right? So person segmentation feature for the image is not very precise. Still a bit of white halo, I think this is the right word, white halo around the person. I think we need to swap the implementation somehow. So use an alternative, try an alternative method, right? Okay. Alternative method to do this. Yeah, I think let's try a different method to do it instead of trying to kind of play around with the parameters, right? So just gonna start a new task. Can I actually revert all this? Delete all history. I don't want to delete all history. Delete task, copy task. Is there a way to revert all this? Let's try restore files. check Git. Okay, so Git says that all the files has been reverted. So now if we do the, let me just delete these broken ones and then try to extract again to see if it has gone back. Yes, so we're back to the first iteration. This is the first iteration. Let's start a new task and see if our second prompt does it better. Go back to her, and then we select the, I think, is it the segmentation feature is here, right? Yeah, segmentation feature is here. Let's just point it to the right file. UI, point it to the right file. I think providing the context is pretty important. Let's go back to the plan mode and let it plan it out first. So this is gonna be the second prompt we try for this task. Basically, I think with this task, the prompt is very important. So if one prompt didn't work or it didn't nudge the model to the correct direction that I wanted to go, I'll try a second prompt just to see if it's the problem is my prompt or the model or the two, right? I think, oh wait, we're using Sonic right now? Oh, that's weird. I don't know when we switch to Sonic. I don't remember switching. I guess it just decided to switch. That's a little bit strange. Let me check the open router and see which model we're using. So this was 1017 and it's 1021. So we definitely didn't use the... Yeah, let's try this again. I don't know how I messed this up, but let's switch it back to the open router and Qwen3 Coder. I think it by default just switched somehow. Let's go back to this. Is our prompt. Okay, let's try with the Qwen3 Coder again. Still very fast, still faster than Sonnet, I think. And definitely faster than GPT-5. I think this is gonna be one of the core strengths of this model, that it's very fast. Let me take some notes here. So I guess the Qwen3 Coder is very fast. And I think one observation that I'm making is Cline's file edit UX is very good. It has some real-time file edit progress, real-time file edit streaming, which is very nice to look at, I think. Let's see. Proposed solution. I did say a different method, right? Yeah, try an alternative method. So I wanted to use a completely different method. Let's see. Use raw probability. Apply morphological operations. Soft mask. Gaussian blur. Add new helper. Okay, so it looks like it's slightly more advanced feature. So let's try to act. So you can see here it's trying to tell me to toggle to act mode. Okay. Yeah. This is the file editing experience. It's like yellow. I think it does. The cursor does the same thing, but it's gray. So it's kind of let you know that this file is going to be edited, and then you can kind of see that it's doing the edit in real time. I think if Claude Code has this feature, it will be very nice. Cloud Code doesn't have this feature. But it should be possible, right? Because this is just a... I'm running this inside cursor. It's just a cursor extension. So technically Cloud Code can also do the same thing. Okay, so it's editing one file and editing another file. Okay, just one file. Okay, so it made a bunch of changes. Like, I don't really understand what's morphological operations, but I guess I'll just trust that this is the right thing to do. Let's try it out. So this is the original image, and we extract the person, and it's still kind of broken. Yeah, I don't think it's like any better than the original one. I don't think it's better than the... okay. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's like slightly better. I think the edge is slightly more precise, but then the close got cut off, which is not very good. I mean, maybe this is too hard for the model, right? Yeah, so basically this is not a very good solution. Yeah, let's give it a final try and see if it works. So mask away. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna become better. So let's give it a final try and move on to the Sonic model. Yeah, so I think it's kind of trying something, but it's not really working out really well, right? Didn't give good results, right? So no improvement, and close was masked away. Okay, so let's try something again. Let's try this out again. Let me make this smaller. Okay, so this is the original one. This is second version, and this is third version. Oh wait, the third version, okay, it's just the same as the first version. It has like some weird background. It's like some alpha. It has a very thin alpha layer. I'm not sure if you guys can see. It's just applying and oh, okay, so it's like not completely getting rid of the background. It's just trying to apply a very thin layer to kind of get rid of the background. I think it does look slightly better, but then the background is not completely gone, right? So it's not exactly what I wanted. Yeah, I don't think it's any better than the first one anyway, so yeah. Wait, where is it? Okay, so I think we can call this a fail for Qwen3 Coder. So let's try out Sonic for this task. So we're gonna start a new task, switch the model to Sonic, check out all the files, make sure everything is clean, and then we're gonna reapply the prompt. Well, let's try the first prompt first. Maybe it will do better here. No? Go to plan mode and oh wait, if I switch to plan mode, it will switch back to Qwen3 Coder. Was I using the wrong model just now? Now I'm a little bit afraid that I was using the wrong model. I'm pretty sure I didn't use different models for planner. Oh, I did. Okay. Maybe I did something wrong. But anyway, it's too late for that. So let's just go with this. Maybe I did use the wrong model for act just now. Huh. Can I go back to watch the stream and see which one I was? It was using Qwen3 Coder. Okay, yeah, I was using Qwen3 Coder. I checked the recording. Okay, cool. So our Sonic, I didn't expect to have confusion on the model itself, but it looks like this was somehow enabled even though I didn't enable it. That's like a weird bug. I think in general this like, I feel like Cline is just less polished compared to Claude Code or Cursor. It's like all the UI and UX looks just a little bit weird, right? It's like all the like spacing between the different elements is not uniform, and then you can see here the spacing is very narrow, and then there's more spacing here, and then there's like even larger spacing here. So you can see it's not, the UI UX is not very polished in general. But let's see how well it does, right? So this is the plan. Lower the base threshold, refine. It looks like the same as the Qwen3 Coder. Let's see if it does any better. Okay, oh, okay, this is very fast. This is really fast. It's even faster than Qwen3 Coder. Wow. Holy shit. It's like made like so many edits in 5 seconds. Can you see this? Our editing speed? This is not like this is real-time speed. Like, I think Sonic is just like the fastest model I've seen for our edits. That's crazy. Very fast. Faster than Qwen3 Coder. I think it's faster than Qwen3 Coder. Maybe that's why it's called Sonic, right? I guess there's a reason why it's called Sonic. Yes, I think it definitely has a little bit more stuff to it. It has Gaussian blur. I don't think a Qwen3 Coder added Gaussian blur. Okay, so it's actually like making a bunch of edits and then like trying to fix the issues that it has discovered in the code base. It's trying to like go backwards a little bit, right? After making some changes, it has some duplicate line and going backwards. Okay, let's try these C changes. So we have the okay, I added some nice. It actually added some controls for the person segmentation feature. That's pretty nice. That's definitely a plus point, right? I didn't even think about that, but now I think about it, it's actually good, right? Added some controls for person segmentation, which is really nice touch. I'm not gonna pretend I understand any of this math, but let's go back and see, right? So looks like we still press this button. I don't actually see any controls. Where are the controls? Wait, did it forget to add the controls to the UI? Am I getting gaslit? Huh? There's no change made to index.html. I don't see anything on the UI. Is there any way to get free Qwen3 API keys? Huh. Good question. Good question. I think there's a way to use it for free on OpenRouter. So if you search for Qwen3 Coder, OpenRouter, you can see there's a Qwen3 Coder free, and then you can use this, right? Yeah, this is like the free endpoint. I think to use this, you need to. I'm not sure what's the current policy on OpenRouter, but I think you need to top up some minimum amount of credits, and then you can use this for free up to a certain limit. Yeah. So there's definitely some ways to use the free model. You can see here it's being used by people, right? There's 27 billion tokens used for free here on Cline for Qwen3 Coder free. So you just need to go to Cline, and then when you select the model, you select OpenRouter, and then select the Qwen3 Coder free, right? So this one, yeah. Let me switch back to Sonic. So I think I'm just being gaslit by Sonic. There's no such element anywhere in the code base. It's just trying to get the element. So this is not actually happened. Okay? So this is fake. No elements, but as get element by ID, right? This is fake. So the models are getting very good at gaslighting people. I thought it has the control, but it doesn't, right? That's really weird. Then you can see the output is not that better from the original, right? Yeah, it's not that better. It's like the close still got cut off. So I wouldn't say it's better. So that's the first try. Let's try the second prompt. Yeah, I think it might not be possible to get a better result. Looks like it's gonna be a fail for both, I think. Try the second Sonic. Okay, lab mode. Yeah, let me know if you have questions on like Qwen3 or OpenRouter or anything like that. By the way, if you are new to the stream, Sonic is the new model that is free to use when it's beta. I think that means this weekend. It's probably gonna end on Monday, I think. So if you want to try out this new model called Sonic, you can try it out for free on Cline or Cursor, I think. You just need to sign up for Cline. I think then you can use it for free for this weekend. It's pretty good, I think. It's on par with Qwen3, I think, and it's very fast. So let's see what it wants to do. Fire, add blah blah blah, add blah blah blah. I don't think it's gonna work, right? It's like, I don't think it's gonna work. It's the same as the previous one. But let's just try it out. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. It's exactly the same plan as before. At least it's fast, so I can see it editing files really quickly. 47 cache token. Oh. Okay, it's already done the editing. Let's see the result. Correct. Okay, still the clothes got cut off and some of my hair also is missing. Yeah, some of my hair is missing. Let's try to switch to a background that is very obvious. Yes, this is quite obvious, or the green one, yeah. Okay, let's stick to the black one because that's what I'm gonna use. Yeah, some of my hair was gone. Definitely not very good. Okay, so I think it's safe to say that both failed for this first task. You know what, just for comparison, let's actually try out Claude Code, right? Because I've been using Claude Code every day and I think Claude Code is gonna do better, right? Or maybe it's gonna be the same. Then we can conclude that this task is just too difficult for anything, right? It's not a problem of Sonic or Qwen3 Coder or Cline. It's just this task is too difficult, right? So at least we have some comparison. So let's try out, right? So I'm just gonna check out everything, start a new task, close everything, and then we're gonna open Claude Code. Yes. So Claude Code, I'm gonna give the same prompt. I'm already inside this file. Let's try the first prompt. On Claude Code. My intuition is that Claude Code is gonna be like better, at least not like crop out the clothes. Yeah. So I'm not using the planning mode here, just the normal implementation mode. So I think overall speed should be quite similar. We don't have planning mode, so we save on that time, but we are slower in file edit and general like speed. So it will be about the same time taken. Okay, so it's done some edit. So this is not stream, unlike the, oh, what is this Gaussian like kernel pulse boosting? Wow, this looks very interesting. Erode mask and dilate mask. Okay. Okay, this looks like some new method that Qwen3 Coder and Sonic didn't use, right? So let's see how well this does. Okay, it turns out it's not that better, that much better. Still the clothes got cut off and there's some white halos around the person. Yeah. Okay, so maybe this task is just too difficult. Okay. Let's check out everything. Let's just, for the sake, let's try the old one. Where it still works. Yeah, the old one still works. So let's try the second prompt. Okay, connected inside UI controller, paste the prompt. Cool. Research and implement alternative. Okay, looks promising. I really wanted to try like using a different library or like use some more advanced options to this, because I believe there should be a better way to do it. We're using like TensorFlow and body pics, but I don't think that's the best solution. Let's see if we can do something better, like maybe some WASM or I don't know, some WebAssembly stuff, Rust. It would be quite interesting if we come up with some WebAssembly stuff, but I guess not. It's just too complicated. But it's just using the same threshold and resolution and blah blah blah. Okay. Don't think it's gonna be any better, but let's try it out. Yeah, it's not any better. It's not. Okay. Okay, so I guess also no improvement. I guess this feature is just too difficult for all the models. Okay. I think we'll come back to this feature again in the future if I come up with some better prompts. But for now, I think the conclusion is that all of them failed. Let's try the second one. Okay, so this one is gonna be interesting. So it's similar to the previous one, but we just want to add like some kind of outline to this person, right? Maybe a white outline to the person so that it stands out a little bit and make it more interesting. So this is gonna be something useful to have for a YouTube thumbnail. So let's try to write the prompt. Add a feature to allow the user to add outline or border to images. This should work for the images which have the human segmentation. Which have gone through the human segmentation. With irregular shapes, right? I guess that's what I'm trying to do. Images of people. Yeah, I guess this should be okay. I don't know how to describe it exactly, but I think this should be understandable. Okay, let's just make it slightly more specific. Okay. So for the first model, we're gonna try build the Qwen3 Coder. Let's go back to Qwen3 Coder. Make sure I didn't enable this. Okay. I think for this time I'm just gonna point it to index.html. HTML, blah blah blah. Okay, try it out. Okay, so it's understanding this part. Okay, good to know. Propose solution, modify image element class. Okay, add outline once. So it looks like it's getting a little bit confused. It says specifically tied to the segmented image. Does not affect regular image. I wanted to apply to regular images as well, right? I think. Yeah, we should work for both regular images and images. Both regular images of people which function. This sounds very wrong, but I think this is the correct description. Have been segmented out by segmentation feature. Okay, I guess this is better prompt. Let's try this prompt instead. So this prompt 2. Previous one was, I think this prompt was not very clear. Try again. Okay. Sometimes it's quite hard to explain these UI features because what you have in mind is quite hard to describe in words. I think this is one of the problems when working with front-end features. It's quite hard to describe exactly what you want. You have to resort to drawing. Let's see, right? Outline with color, render, update. UI controls, rectangle stroke, have transparent background. Okay, I don't know if it's gonna work, but it looks correct. At least it mentions both regular image and person segmented image, right? So at least it has that part covered. Let's try to act. Qwen3 Coder, so let's see how well it does. I think this is also a very difficult task for the model to do. I will be pleasantly surprised if any model get it right for the human segmented one. think it's quite hard to do, right? I want to see how it actually stores the element. So it stores it as a base64 image with some background, I believe. Yeah, so I don't know how it's gonna draw the outline actually. As usual, Qwen3 Coder is quite fast. That's a good thing to have. Yeah, I really like how these models are very fast in editing files. It saves a lot of time. I feel like if Claude has a smaller model to edit files, it will be very good. Okay, it's creating a to-do. Okay, sure. How is it gonna test the implementation though? That's weird. Oh, it's trying to open the browser. Okay, sure. You know what? Just skip the testing, I think. Yeah, just skip the testing. Reject. Okay, so let's test this out. So we have the outline stuff here. Say I want red outline. Okay, it definitely works for normal images. Yeah, it goes a little bit into the image instead of outwards, but I think it's fine. So for regular image, works. Outline inside image, which is not very nice, but fine. Let's see the one with person, right? Yeah, it doesn't work for the person, unfortunately. Doesn't work for person. Maybe it's my prompt, right? I didn't say that it should surround the person. Yeah, maybe I didn't say it specifically enough. Yeah, I think definitely my prompt could have been improved here. It's not very specific. The model might have interpreted it as just adding the border to the image. So let me restore my original project. Okay, I should have saved a copy of the one I was working on. So let's get rid of all the changes. Redo all this. And then create a new prompt for this. Yeah, I wasn't specific that the outline should be added to a person, right? So image and images of segmented of people. For images of segmented people, just with people that has been segmented out, the outline should be added around the person. Instead of the whole image. Yeah, I think this is much clearer. I think this do not allow for ambiguity, so the model cannot claim that it understood my requirement wrongly. Let's see how well this does. Yeah, so with this kind of models, I think it's very important to have the prompt right. They're not very specific, it's not gonna give you what you want. I think Sonnet 4 might be able to handle this kind of ambiguous prompt. It understands your intention, but for like models that are not very good, you have to be more specific. Like otherwise the model is just gonna assume the easiest way to do things and then not get what you actually want. How much have I burned today? Wondering. I used a lot of money credits today. Only 30 cents. Okay. Only 30 cents. Oh wait, it's more than that. It's 70 cents. Okay. Let's see the plan. Regular image. I need to draw the outline along non-transparent X pixels. Okay, that looks correct. I don't know how it's gonna do that, but the plan looks correct this time. It's more specific than the previous plan. So if it doesn't work, then it's not the problem of the prompt, right? It's just model can't do it. This is Qwen3 Coder, by the way. I think this is also a very challenging task. I think Sonnet might be able to do it, but I'm not sure if these open source models can do it. Oh, I think we should update the progress as well, where we're here instead of here. So feature 1 was we failed. All the models failed. Both models failed, right? Cloud code also failed. So I guess it's not fair to say that the models are bad, right? It's just the task is too difficult. Yeah, I think that looks good. This feature took longer than the previous features. Maybe it's better if it just draw the outlines inside the image, right? Instead of treating the outlines as a separate thing. I think that might be a better approach. I don't know, because I feel like it's gonna be hard to add additional outline to the image with transparent background for the human. Honestly, I don't know how to solve this. It's like a task that I will have to do my own research to do. So I'm just curious on how these models can do. I know it can be done because there are tools to do this, but I don't know how to do it myself. Okay, this is taking quite a while to finish. Okay, so let's see how many tokens are we using. Quite a lot. 11 100k tokens. That's a lot of tokens. Okay, that's not gonna be cheap. Yeah, 100k tokens. Okay. And it's still going. I guess this is the hard part, right? To add a handle the person segmentation outlines. Are you using cursor? Yes, I'm using Cline inside of cursor. Yeah, you can do it, by the way. It's not that you can't. Cursor has auto approved 20 API requests. So do you like to reset the account and proceed with the task? Let me test the implementation. I don't think you need to test, but let's allow it to open, I guess. Yeah, Cline, it's a VS Code extension, so you can install it anywhere you want in VS Code, Cursor, Windsurf. You can install on any IDE. I don't want it to open, so let's reject. Okay, I don't know what's happening, but this says the task is already completed, so let's just try out. Okay, so let's try the third prompt. Let me just switch the background color to something else so that it's obvious. Okay, so this one still works. Try this one. So it's kind of a smaller outline, but it's still not around the person, right? Person image doesn't work. The outline is smaller, but still rectangular. Not around the person. Yeah, I think this might also be too challenging of a task. I don't know. I wanted to give it a try, but it seems like it's too difficult for the models to do. Yeah, I think it's just too difficult, at least for the Qwen3 model. Let's try it all over again. This time I'm gonna export first so that I have a project to test. Gonna be the testing project. Check out everything. This is not very useful. Failed. Are you a web developer? Yes, I am. I have 5 years of experience working as a front-end engineer. I do have a lot of experience, so but not specifically on this kind of image manipulation or extracting out the person from an image. But I do understand how these things work. Let's see. Let's try the Sonic model. We're gonna switch to Sonic. And we're gonna give it the third prompt, which is the most specific prompt. Index HTML. Okay. I think Sonic model is gonna be faster. Oh, it's thinking. Okay, so it's the thinking model, and it's actually very fast. So let's see the plan. Do you see? I don't see your. Do you use AI in your real job? Yes, I do. I use Cloud Code. I mostly use Cloud Code. So if I do MP, wait. Yeah, I use Cloud Code. I already spent $100+ on the $20 plan. Yeah, mostly Cloud Code, but I'm trying new things. Let's see if this plan is correct. Oh, by the way, I'm no longer working as a software engineer. Just to be clear, I'm running my own business. I have my own company, building my own product. Yeah, not working for someone else. I'm working for myself. I have my own company. Is mark the new image. In rendering, detect transparent pixels. Oh, okay. So I think for this to work, we have to kind of. Okay, so maybe I misunderstood just now. Why Qwen3 didn't work? Yeah, maybe I misunderstood, and we need to run the thing again. So that's unfortunate. Do you think AI will replace you? Yes, I think so. I have a AI replace software engineer, but I don't think it will replace me. I mean, it will replace other software engineers. This is written by me, by the way. Is AI gonna replace software engineers? Yes. It's gonna replace software engineers, but that's why I'm no longer a software engineer, right? I'm running my own business and selling and doing everything myself. You can check it out. That's my blog, my GitHub. Okay, so apparently we have to run the person segmentation again. I think I didn't do that for the Qwen3. Oh well. Yeah, so that's unfortunate, but these things can happen. So let's try the act. Yeah, let's try the act. Yeah, if you're a software engineer, let me know what you think. Are you gonna get replaced or you disagree? I mean, I think some software engineers are not gonna be replaced. Like if you're working on specialized software, you have like you're working for NASA or some agricultural firms, probably not. And if you are like a manager that need to review code, then probably not. But otherwise, I think it's pretty doomed. I have worked as a software engineer for 5 years. Okay, let's see. It's editing files really fast though. This Sonic model. So based on our testing, Qwen3 Coder is very fast. Sonic is even faster. But they both failed the first feature. I think the first feature is too hard, and the second feature like kind of also quite hard, I guess. Did not provide. Okay. Let's retry that. Yeah, so let me know what your thoughts are on AI replacing software engineers. Do you think it's gonna happen? It's not gonna happen? Personally, I think it's gonna happen. just because of how good Cloud Code is. Yeah, I think Cloud Code can do like about 80 or 90% of normal software engineers' work already. Probably you still need someone to do code review, but apart from that, does your company make product for yourself or clients? By Coder? So I make several apps by myself and then sell it to other people. Like it's all like a B2C apps. So this is my website. I have one app that is quite similar to Cursor, but it's like more simple for AI coding. It's like a 16x prompt. So this is a tool for AI coding. It's a very simple app. It's not as powerful as Cursor. So if you're using Cursor or Claude Code, you probably don't need this. I have another app that is called 16x eval. It's basically for testing out different models and testing out different prompts. So they're both like AI products. So yeah, so that's what I'm building and trying to sell. I mean, yeah, I'm doing all the marketing and selling for that as well. Let's see. Okay, I mean, I'm not gonna try to understand what it did, but let's just see if it works. So let's try to extract the person again. Okay, so apply the outline. Okay, so got our outline here. Well, I mean, at least it detected where the person is, right? I mean, that's an improvement. It made the whole person silhouette. That's interesting. So I didn't expect it to be like that. So it made the whole person a silhouette. How do I spell silhouette? Yeah, I cannot spell this like. The whole person is silhouette. Okay. Let me think. I think this is definitely an improvement. So let's give it another try. You're making product that's using our app. Very smart. Yeah, thanks for the compliment, I guess. Capitalization on AI habit. Definitely. I mean, they are quite useful though. Like, I made a YouTube thumbnail generator in a few hours. So let's see, right? So I think it did an interesting thing, which is to make the whole thing silhouette. So I'm gonna give it another try. For the image with person, the outline made the whole person a silhouette instead of adding the outline. Yeah, so let's provide it with some feedback and then see if we can fix it. I mean, it's definitely an improvement compared to Qwen3. Maybe I did the Qwen3 a disservice by not regenerating the image, but I don't remember seeing that the image needs to be regenerated anyway. So okay, so it says that it found the issue. I don't know, but let's try again. Oh wait, Let's try to actually let's just try to redo the whole thing again, just to be completely sure. So delete this, extract the person, and then apply the outline. Okay, I don't think it works. Still the entire person is covered by the color. Let's just try it one last time. Are you trying to solve this thumbnail problem? It's just for testing. I am trying to solve the thumbnail problem. I mean, I'm literally running a YouTube channel that needs thumbnails, right? I made all this. You can see before I made the thumbnail app, my thumbnail looked like this. And then after I made the thumbnail app, all of them have interesting thumbnails. So it's definitely an app that I'm using myself. So like, if I can make the thumbnail generator better, then I can make better thumbnails and get more people to watch, right? So that's the idea behind this app. So it's definitely not something just for testing. I actually want to have this feature, right? I want to add an outline to the person so that it looks more interesting. Yeah, so I mean, if you look at my video and then you look at the next live stream and notice the thumbnail has an outline, then it'll be, you are more likely to click, right? So it's kind of a good thing. Approve. I think I don't know if it's gonna fix it, but let's try it again. Extract person, outline, still the same. It's such a shame. It's so close to making it work. It already knows where the boundary is, but it can't add a... I guess there is a hack around this, like if I just put the person on top of it, it kind of works. That's the correct way of doing it, right? Okay. Interesting. Okay, so there's a workaround. Make the silhouette, then place a second image on top, right? Okay, so I guess there is a workaround for this. That's interesting. I didn't thought of that about that. Yeah, but it added a new a random line here. So yeah, this definitely works. I think I have to revert to like 2 or 3 steps ago. Let me revert back to here. Yeah, let's restore here. Restore file and task. Restore files. Okay. Let's restore the files and then try again. I think this workaround might work. So yeah, basically we have to do this extract person twice. So why don't you use very well for right for you? Yeah, I do use it, but sometimes I forget, you know. Sometimes I do forget. For longer ones, I do use Whisper. But for shorter ones, I think I'll just type. Let's see. Let's try this technique. We put outline on one of them, and then put the other one above it, and then we can get a silhouette, right? Yeah, I think so. We can do that. Yeah, I mean that's the workaround, right? Yeah, definitely works. This definitely works. It's not like the best way to do it, but we can add a like outline by having two images, so it kind of works in that sense. Let's try to export this. I think we use that time efficient. We'll be able to do more vibe code. Yeah. You know, ping with some website. I don't know about that, but okay. So it sort of worked. That's nice. Nice. So Sonic kind of worked. Now we know that. Okay. I think that's all for the feature 2. It didn't work 100%, but it's a good compromise, I think. I'm gonna save this somewhere. Sonic Online. And then maybe I'll try like a Claude Code or something. See if it works better. Okay, so that's all for the first project. Now we can move on to the second project. I don't think I have time to cover both features, so I'm just gonna do the first feature, I guess. So for the second project, it's my own app again. It's called 16x Writer. So this is an app that I use to write blog posts. So how it works is that you curate some sources from the internet, and then you have some references for how your blog post should look like, and then you give an instruction and the system prompt, and then you select the models, and then this app is gonna help you generate drafts for your blog posts. You can use this for blog posts or other writings. So there's some blog posts that I've generated, so you can see there's like a different versions. Like every time you make a change, there's a new version. So it's like a Git kind of thing to track the versions. And then there's a bunch of other things like AI editor, review, and blah blah blah. So that's basically how this app works. And I want to add a new feature to this app to add banned words, right? So banned words are like words like delve, or some other words like a key takeaway, right? Key takeaway. It is not blah blah blah. It is. So these are the words that you typically see from AI generated posts. So I want to ban these words from appearing in my post, and if they appear, it will show up as banned words, and then I can deal with them automatically, right? Like remove them or like rewrite them. So that's the idea. So basically I have this generated post, and they have this sentence variation score, reading each score. I'm just gonna add another measure for banned words to keep track of how many banned words or sentences there are. So this is the words, and this is like a sentence. So it's kind of different. Yeah, so that's basically the task. So let me try to write a prompt for this. Add a feature to allow the user to define banned words for the posts. The banned words should show up as a counter in the stats component alongside the sentence structure and readability scores. there should also be a toggle for the post content to highlight the banned words, similar to sentence structure and readability highlights. Okay, I think that's good. Maybe we don't allow the user to define the banned words first. We can do like a built-in one. Yeah. Add a feature to introduce built-in banned words. These words are hard-coded into the code base. And take away. The banned word should show up as a counter. So let's try to make this a nicely formatted prompt for the model to do. To show up as a counter, there should be a toggle. Should be hard-coded. Code base. Okay, I think that's a good prompt to have. So now we have the prompt. Let's open up the project and run it locally. So this is the project. I've run it locally. Try to sign in. Oh yeah, I need to update the stream progress. So we are here. For project 2, I think Sonic worked with workaround. Qwen3 failed. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Project 2, okay. So I got my app running locally. So this is some sample test data I have. So you can see here, I have the sentence variation score and reading ease. If I click on sentence variation, it's going to show me the actual sentence variation. If I click on readability, it's going to highlight me the words that are difficult. So I want the same thing for banned words, right? To highlight them. I think you'll see use LMS for this. Why not add a plus button? Main prompt, optional last word. Why not add plus button? Add another. I don't really understand what you're trying to say. No last word. I'm not sure what you're trying to. I'm not sure what you mean there. I have to be more specific. Okay, so let's see. Code is already running. I think this one is post page. Yeah, it should be in the post page. This is where all the post contents are. And then the section for, so I'm trying to find the section so that it can locate where the things are, right? So we have the content analysis score here. So this is the component that shows this part. So I want to use that in the content analysis component. Okay, so yeah, so that's the prompt. Just gonna run Cloud Code and then point to the post page file and then paste my prompt inside. I think that should work. Wait, why am I using Cloud Code? I'm too used to using Cloud Code already. I'm here to test Cline, right? I'm not trying to test Cloud Code. Okay, so let's go back to Cline and then try the Qwen3 Coder. Sorry, I got a little bit confused on what I'm trying to do. Can I add this file to it directly? I don't think so. Let's just add this. I was getting a little bit confused. So let's go to the plan mode. Oh no, it switched the models again. I don't want to have to deal with this. Why it keeps switching the model? I must say the user experience on Cline is not very good. It's not very good user experience. I think this should work. What's the story behind 16x? Let me send the prompt and I'll answer you. So if you do calculation, 2 to the power of 2 is 4, and then if you do again, it's gonna be 16, right? So it's kind of like a exponential growth. Like instead of linear, instead of 10x, you're growing like linearly from 1x to 2x to 3x. Why not grow exponentially, right? So you can do 4 to the power of 2 or 2 to the power of 4 to get 16. And then if you go like more exponentially, you're gonna get to very large numbers very quickly, right? So that's the idea behind it. Yeah, good question. I hear that quite a lot. Okay, I need to understand blah blah blah. Need to check sentence variation, analysis, readability, blah blah blah. Okay. Understanding of the code base, delve, key takeaway, update component. Okay, so far I think it's quite good. Looks pretty promising. We already spent 40k tokens. Okay, so let's act. It feels weird to toggle a button to act, right? It feels like it should be like a button instead of a switch. So I definitely don't like the Cline UX for this part. So don't like Cline UX. But file editing, streaming is good. Yeah, definitely Cline UX is not as polished as the as Cursor or Cloud Code, I think. So this is a Qwen3 Coder. Let's see how well it does. Why is it stuck? Wait. Oh, so it doesn't have the... Okay, so I guess I have to give permission for each project. Okay, makes sense. So let's give permission. Edit. Whoa. I like the streaming to be like, I'm not gonna lie, this is very cool to see the file being streamed. And I run out of coffee, so let me get some coffee. Okay, so it's still editing files. I'm kind of curious on what's the progress here, so let's go and take a look. Is the old one. Ban words. Okay, so as you edit file, it actually overrides this view. Makes sense. Okay, it's about what I expect from it to do. So I wish it would tell me the time that it's already taken, right? So I know how long it took to complete each task. This is what I would consider like a small to medium task that would take a developer, I think typically half a day to finish, I think. Yeah, about that, a few hours, I think, to do this. Definitely still quite fast. I think it's definitely faster than Cloud. Qwen3 Coder. So yeah, I actually, so I think for the previous task it failed, but for this kind of very standard task, I would expect it to quite well. This is not a very difficult task, right? Like a very standard difficult task you give to your intern or junior dev to do. Oh, okay, so looks like it only auto approves 20 API requests. That's quite interesting. Let's change that to maybe 40. It did quite a lot of files. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 files. Okay. Oh, okay, it's done. It says it's done. So let's see if it actually works. It's not running. Interesting. Oh, it should be running. Okay. So we have the banned words here. It says 0. That's a good sign. Let's see. Let's try to add a banned word to test, right? Let's break down. Okay, let's say we don't like the word breakdown. Let's add it to the banned words. So where are the banned words stored? Yeah, okay, it's here. So let me go into file and add a new breakdown. Okay, so now it should show up. Oh yeah, it shows up definitely. So now I have one banned words. Nice. Nice. So yeah, definitely works. Sonnet. Oh, sorry, this is Qwen3 Coder. Definitely work. Let's try another post. Oh wait, we haven't test out the banned words highlight. So banned words found one. Okay. Yeah, it does highlight. Okay, nice. So this works. Qwen3 Coder works. Try another post. I don't think these have it. Yeah. Yeah. So the banned word works. That's good. That's good. Works. Let's try the Sonic model. I'll just save this progress because it works. So check out new branch. This is Qwen3 banned words. Okay, so now I've checked out the changes. I should go back to the original one. Yep, so it's back to where we started. So Qwen3 won't work. Let's see if it works for the Sonic model. I think it should work. At the same page, it's post slash something, remember. Yep. Just want to point it to the right file to start. So this is the file to start. Then we have the prompt here. And we have the Sonic model on plan mode. Let me test, see, we don't have this. Okay. Let's let it plan. I think this is gonna be faster than the Qwen3 model. Oh no. Why did it give unexpected response? This is gonna be annoying if you try to run it on autopilot. I'm not sure if it's... Oh no, maybe it's free access is ended. Seems like it's still working. It's just not very reliable. Let's see. Okay, looks good. Make sure we are clean. Okay, let's try to act. Wow, that's really fast. Did you see how fast the file got created? Holy shit. My eye cannot follow the progress. It's like literally zooming the files. Quite crazy. Yeah, this is definitely the fastest model I've ever seen. Like, it's crazy fast. That's so much faster than Sonnet. So much faster than any other model. I think it's probably maybe slightly slower than GPT OSS 120B. I don't know. So fast. I like this model already. if it's like actually from XAI and Grook model, I think Grook XAI will do very well in coding because this is gonna make everything like 5 times faster for like normal coding tasks. So you can use Sonnet 4 for more difficult tasks and then use this Sonic model for simpler tasks. I think that's gonna be the trend. Or some kind of model router to route more intelligent model and faster model. Okay, so it's done. Let's see. Oh, interesting. It only made changes to 3 files. It only made changes to 3 files instead of 5 files. So it's like more efficient. I don't know. Okay, so banned words. So let me track, right? Works modified 5 files. Let me do the same and add a breakdown to. Wait, where's the breakdown? I remember there's a breakdown somewhere. Can't find it anymore. Okay, it's here. So we have a breakdown here. Try to add it. Okay. So now it shows up. If it doesn't have, not gonna show up, and if it has it, it will show up. And there's a banned word. Found one. Okay. Okay, cool. I think it also works. Like more efficient implementation as well. Only modify 3 files instead of like it's definitely less files required compared to the Qwen3 Coder. Okay, I mean there are some bugs with toggling multiple modes, but I guess that's quite minor. Yeah, definitely works. So I guess the conclusion is less files divide 3 files, right? Okay. But the UI is less consistent, right? So if you look at the banned words here, the UX looks like this, and then the readability looks like that. But it's like more minimal, right? I think I like this styling a bit more. Like it's very minimal. So overall, I think Sonic did a better job, right? Sonic did a better job. Yeah. So for this file, for this task, also Sonic did a better job. So if we were to compare the two, I guess Sonic will be the winner for this job. For the feature 1 of the task, we don't have time to do. No time for this, unfortunately. But Sonic did better for this one, and then for this one as well. For the second feature of the first project, Sonic did better as well. For the first one, both failed, so no winner here. All failed. Okay. Yeah, so that's the conclusion for today's stream. So we tried playing with Qwen3 Coder and Sonic on 2 projects and 3 features. The first feature was too difficult. Both Qwen3 Coder and Sonic didn't produce a working solution. We tried Claude, it also didn't work, so no winner here. Everybody failed for the first feature. And for the second feature, Qwen3 Coder's output didn't work on person image, and the Sonic one also didn't work, but there is a workaround to make it work, so it's like better. I guess I would give it a 7 out of 5, and then Qwen3 Coder like 1 out of 5, 1 out of 10, 7.10, or maybe 6.5 out of 10. Okay. Yeah, because it didn't actually work, we have to find a workaround. Or maybe Qwen3 Coder like 5, because it worked for one case, right? So. And for the second project, first feature, I think Sonic did a better job because it works, modified 3 files, and it's faster, right? So definitely a winner here. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10 for the implementation, and Qwen3 Coder I gave it a 7. It's about the same, but because Sonic is faster, so I gave it a higher score. Yeah. So overall, I think Cline UX is not very good. Yeah, Cline's UI UX is not very good, but the file streaming, edit streaming is very interesting. And then Sonic is a better model. Sonic is a better model than Qwen3 Coder. I don't know why I'm not using Whisper more often. It is also faster. Yeah, I think that's the overall conclusion for today's stream. If anyone is curious. So that's all for today's stream. It's been 2 hours exactly, so hope everyone had a good time, and please subscribe if you like this kind of content. I'll try to make it more interesting next time as I improve the stream. Thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out other streams. I have AI coding streams, how AI works, where I explain AI concepts. That's the first live stream on how to train your own LLM. I do testing of new models, so like GPT-5, GPTOS S120B. I think I'll do a one for DeepSeek v3.1 very soon, so I think probably next week. So do subscribe if you want to see how well DeepSeek v3.1 does. Just came out, a very good model, I think, first impression. Okay, so that's all for today's stream. Thank you everyone, and bye.